Welcome to Authentic Beauty Handmade Doll Crafts. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make hands for your cloth doll. Hello, darlings. Welcome to Authentic Beauty Handmade Dolls YouTube channel. I am Cassandra George Sturgis, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to make and attach the hands for your bead jointed cloth doll. So let me turn around. I want to moon you guys. So here we go. This is the hand here. I'm going to show you how to make it and how to attach it. The hands are very important for this project. I hand sewed this doll, like both of them, because I like the curves. I mean, I'm not when I sew on my sewing machine, I get really excited and I always mess up and I'm always pissed. So when I sew by hand, I want the curve on the arm here. Sorry about this. And I like, this is like the elbow. I know it's exaggerated, but I like it. So you don't have to do it if you don't like it. And for the fingers, they're very small. And when I sew the shape on the fabric, I can get all the little minute details, which is very important to have very nice hands. But I hand sewed, yeah, because I got real, what's the word, obsessive about everything. Again, I think that's all I have to say. Oh, please don't forget to subscribe. Yes, please subscribe to my channel if you are a subscriber. Thank you so much. You rock. I really appreciate it. Please like, share the video, make a comment below. If you have any suggestions, I'm all open. I'll read my comments. I will respond back to you. We have so much work to do. She still needs her legs, her feet. I don't even know what clothes. I've been thinking about it every day. But anyway, guys, thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing you in the next project. The first thing you need to do is download the pattern on my Authentic Beauty magazine website. And what you're going to do is take this doll hand pattern and trace it onto the fabric. After you trace the pattern onto your fabric, you can use a sewing machine to sew around the tracings. However, because this hand is so small, I prefer to sew it by hand because I only trust my own hands when I'm making dolls that are very small. I like to use a stretchy fabric, a two-way stretch fabric, and you see that the fabric actually stretches across the fingers, not the other way, because it would make the fingers too long. I am hand sewing the cloth doll hands. As you can see in the picture here, I am following the tracing. A couple years ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I broke my right hand, and it was the most depressing thing that has ever happened to me. And for some reason, when I'm making a doll's hands, I think about how important our hands are to us in general. I mean, we pray with our hands. Some people do, but our hands are very expressive. We clean our bodies, we eat our food, we hurt people, we heal people. I mean, when you really think about hands are a magical part of the human body. And when I'm making my doll's hands, I don't know, for some reason I feel that it is a show of respect to be as meticulous as I can be. I know that may sound pretty weird, but yeah, hands are just not just, oh, let me just make the doll hands. No, you are making a very expressive part of the human body. We look at the ring finger on a person's hand to determine if they are married or not. And we also size up a person by their handshake. So if you shake somebody's hand and it's a weak handshake, sometimes we think that person's character may be a little shaky. Or if a person has a strong handshake. Some people have sweaty hands. Some people have cold hands. And we use all these as signals to tell us something about another person. Although I sped my video up, I am now cutting out the doll's fingers very carefully. I'm actually just cutting in the middle, and it's going to turn out just fine. Some people actually add some type of fabric glue around the tracing of the doll's hand in order to prevent the stitches from coming apart. But because I use a two-way stretch fabric to make my doll hands, it really doesn't pull apart, especially when I sew it well. But this is just an extra step to take to make sure that your doll hands stay intact. I am now turning the doll's fingers with this little device. I think it's called a fabric turner, and it looks like a straw, but it's a little tiny straw made of fabric. It's not a straw. And you're going to take the metal rod, and you're going to first put the tube inside of the doll's finger and use the metal rod on the outside to turn the doll's fingers. Once you turn the doll's fingers by pushing them in, I am preparing pipe cleaners about the size of the doll's finger and a little bit longer to fit into what would be the palm of the doll's hand. Because these are very small doll hands, you don't need to add anything else to the hand in order to give it a little more, to make it bigger in size. Hands are typically thin, but I love to overstuff my hands, but I didn't want to do it for this doll because she's really small. I am preparing all of the pipe cleaners by folding them as many times as necessary to fit the doll's hand. I am showing you another way to turn the fingers for your cloth doll. What I'm using is a wooden dowel and a paintbrush. So I take the wooden dowel and I stick it inside of the doll's finger, and I use the paintbrush on the other side to push the finger through. So if you do not have a fabric turner or a tube turner, I think that's what they call it, then just get creative. Just get a couple things that you do have around the house to turn your doll's fingers. The first dolls I made were, I think, maybe average size, but after that I started making life-size dolls. I mean dolls that are taller than me. And the reason my dolls were so big is because I did not know how to make small hands. I didn't know. And so it was easier to sew bigger hands, so I decided, I needed bigger dolls. And I finally discovered not to cut the doll's hand out until it was completely sewn into the fabric. And I actually learned that, I want to say maybe a year ago. I am now ladder stitching the top portion of the doll's hand so that I can attach it to the doll's body. I think if I had to do it all over again, I would put a little fiber fill on the inside. I do like the hands a little bit puffier, and also I think it would have a tighter fit to the lower portion of the arm if I had added more fiber fill to it. I am now preparing to add the doll hands to the doll's arms, and I am going to attach the bead to the lower portion of the arm first. I am taking the thread through the little prongs that you see on the cloth doll's arm, and then through the bead and back and forth until it's secure. And then I am going to add the hand to the doll's arm using the same procedure. As I have said in the previous video, using the wood beads is a lot easier because the hole is bigger, but using these beads, even though they are really gorgeous, it's very difficult getting the needle and thread through it consistently. So I'm using some pliers to help me pull the needle through. I am using my white gel pen to draw on the shape of the doll's fingernails for her hand, and then I'm just going to use the gesso to paint in the drawing. I am now using gesso to prep the doll's fingernails to be painted with nail polish. If you do not use gesso on your doll's fingernails, what will happen is when you use just the nail polish by itself, the fabric will absorb the nail polish and you will not see the color of the nail polish. Oh, believe me, I tried it. I'm really impatient. And with the gesso, what it does is it creates a hard surface for your fabric that will allow you to paint it and for your paint to show really nicely. However, you do need to let this dry. I'm not really sure how long, because usually I think I let it dry overnight just because I have other things to work on, but I don't think it takes that long to actually dry. I am now painting the doll's fingernails. For some other dolls that I'm going to make later, I actually use real fake nails. I don't know if that sounds weird. Real fake nails, but I use nails on my dolls, and I'll show you how I apply it. But for this particular doll, I am not using nails for her hand. I don't think it fits her decorum. I typically allow my dolls fingernails to dry overnight because there are so many other things to work on, so why risk messing them up? And your doll fingers are completely posable. It always irritates my brother because he's like, why do you make your dolls articulate your dolls and you don't pose them? But you can do a lot of things with these fingers, and yeah, it's really fun. Guys, thank you so much for joining me in this DIY. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I look forward to seeing you in the next project. This completes part 4 on how to make the hands and attach them to your doll's body. Yeah, sorry to think about it. It's really late. I'm super tired. In the next project, I'm going to show you how to make the legs and the thighs and how to attach them. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so. If you are a subscriber, I want to thank you. You rock. I really appreciate your support. I look forward to seeing you in the next project.